Alright, response video to Fred, who's engaging in this elephant conversation, elephant in the room, and one of the big issues is this population problem, and so he's inviting a conversation on what we might be able to do about it, because all the known choices, let's say, or the popularly talked about choices seem rather draconian, like some sort of Chinese model, of police states and all that. And I don't think it has to be that draconian. And yeah, there's this whole resistance population out there who just thinks like in sacred terms about reproduction, and they have this notion that somehow there's no problem, which is even scarier. That they don't even concede that there's a huge energy crisis we're facing, and that most of the world does not want to live in the third world. They want to become first world people. They want civilization, and they want a lot of it, and that takes energy. And so there's just a lot of very diluted mindsets to get through. So I guess there's two parts to the elephant. There's the front end, of how do you do it, and then there's this big fat back end of we even still have to make the argument to these people. There's still a huge population, especially the religious nuts, who think we gotta be more fruitful and multiply even more and do it in this sloppy manner where we rough it in New York City. Country life in the city. Some kind of weird notion that you can have a low carbon footprint in a metropolis that requires everything to be imported. It just doesn't make any sense at all. So anyway, so getting to the how to do it part, which I really don't see as that big a problem. I mean, there's two problems. First, the society has to say, hey, let's not encourage this. Let's not make it something you celebrate. And let's maybe have classes in school where kids, learn a little bit of hard fact about what a responsibility it is, a huge responsibility, creating a life. What an imposition it is on your fellow man who has to foot the bill for a huge chunk of it. Your reproductive choice. And so there's a context, so people understand a little bit better. And when somebody complains, they have a right to complain, have a right to judge your reproductive choices, because they will implicate them. We are not going to allow idiots to raise kids in dirt. And so there's always going to be a social implication to reproduction, because we're just not going to allow kids to be produced in puppy farms. We shouldn't let puppies be produced in puppy farms, but we certainly shouldn't let friggin' human beings be raised that way. And it's just obscene. So anyway, so I just think there is mechanisms of encouragement and discouragement that can be put in place, and most of them can be mechanisms of scarlet letter kind of subtleties, where we just first don't make it socially embraced behavior, having more than one or two kids. And I think the mechanisms of punishment can be put in place in ways that don't directly hurt kids. So instead of somebody being charged more for having kids at the time they're having the kids, make the rule that, look, if you have more than two kids, first I'd go with my voucher system. Let me explain that real quick again. Everybody gives a voucher for their replacement. All right. Now, if you want to have, if you're a husband and a wife, you can have two kids. You got two vouchers. You want to have a third kid? Well, then get a voucher from somebody else who's not going to use theirs. So, like a sibling, like me, or somebody else who doesn't use theirs, they could give you their voucher. You can have your third kid. Or you could go to the public through charity organizations or something else that could collect vouchers from people who don't want them, and get yourself another voucher. through that system by saying, yes, I'm a responsible parent, yes, I should have 3 kids, yes, I should have 4 kids, yes, I should have 5 kids. You can make the argument and get your extra vouchers. And so I think that is enough of a fair system right there. But on top of that, you could include, for people who don't get the 3rd voucher, a penalty that hits them in terms of their pension or retirement. So instead of compromising their current care, they would be compromising their future Social Security. So that's where the extra money to finance that extra kid that they would have to pay instead of the taxpayers paying it to educate their kid and health care and all the rest of that crap. Yeah, they'd have to pay it out of their retirement. And so they'd have to have a diminished retirement unless their kids love them enough to take care of them. So it kind of puts the responsibility on the parents and in a way on the kids in the long run. And maybe those kids will wise up and realize, you know, my parents were kind of assholes, and I'm going to play by the rules. I'm not going to be an asshole. So yeah, I think it can be done without a police state, without people tattling on each other, without a whole bunch of other nonsense. You know, having a system that now first justifies itself, and if you want to call it propaganda, I don't care. But yeah, commercials on TV, infomercials. Ah, man, there's definitely something in the air today. That's 2 chokes today. Anyway, a big sneeze. But anyway, where the hell was I? Fuck. I shouldn't say fuck. Phooey. Where the hell was I? Somewhere about, you know, future penalties. Propaganda. Oh yeah, you could just, yeah, and make them take classes in school. Or a health class, or whatever you want to call it. Civics, you know, whatever. And just spell out some of these equations. And the fact that, yeah, we just can't be doing this, I'm Adam and Eve, and I'm going to create 1 million people on planet Earth. And that's just bullshit. Everybody can't be the mother of 1 million people. You can't just keep breeding like rabbits. So, and as it goes further, I agree that it has to be done worldwide. And I agree, and I think the way to implement the policy in the rest of the world is you got to bribe them. It's that simple. You say you want some financial aid. You want us to subsidize some investment in your country by our capitalists and whatnot. But we'll subsidize some of that shit if you play along. And no big deal. And I think the third world will wise up to say, yeah, well, we want civilization, and this is the road to it. And they're offering to help pave the road, so yeah, we're in. But I'm just saying, not doing anything would be fucking idiotic. So we might as well try. And I don't think it's, you know, Nazi-esque horror to tell people, yeah, they can replace themselves and no more. And it's not that big a deal. So anyway, you know, and hopefully through attrition we'll get the population down. I mean, my point isn't to keep us at 7 billion. It is to reduce population ultimately. And I think that would end up happening. Because I don't think every voucher would get used. I mean, there'd be some people who wouldn't give theirs up. You know. So anyway, yeah, that's probably enough of a video. So yeah, it's good. I've got to talk about this shit. I got to finish my little collab video on this subject. But yeah, I mean, it just seems like the road is so long, and there's so many boulders of bullshit in the way, and monuments to moronery, and what else? I mean, big gaping assholes to traverse. I mean, just human beings are just so fucking stupid. I mean, I really think we could do better with a population of apes that we sign language to. They'd probably be more capable of intelligent conversation than the average butt-fucking moronic, naysaying, nitpicking asshole human. Oh, he said butt-fucking. Oh, crushed my brain. So trivial. His hair is crookedy. I can't listen to him. Yeah, really, some moments I do feel a little like a homicidal malcontent or misanthrope. Misanthrope? Yeah, I can feel a little of that. An old pile of deers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Over there is at least 10. Yeah, not good. Damn. We gotta bring civilization here. Anyway, till the next time. Oh, we can only kill deers with rusty, pointy sticks. We can't use science. That would be ludicrous. It really is stupid. Look here, really see how many's in this field. This is a big field. This is their kind of weather. Rainy and shitty and such. And it's all cut grass. And they're starting to run. Oh, look at it. They're all little ones. 1, 2. There's only 6 of them now. Probably some over there, but I ain't walking over there. Screw that. I didn't even like walking over here. Look at this. No hunting. All persons are forbidden gunning or trespassing on these premises. Yeah, not too bad. I guess what? The sign's about 50 years old. They do plenty of hunting. They just don't do it right. Because they're bastard humans with an agenda. And their agenda is not to reduce deer population. It's to keep them at just the right number. Well overpopulated. So they have lots of twins and, you know. I mean, I'm talking about population control. Now I'm on the deer subject, same difference. But yeah, you can't do politics with deers. But I think you can do politics with humans. You can persuade humans that it's not in their interest to keep producing humans. We haven't organized our systems yet sufficient and efficiently enough to provide for. It's just freaking irresponsible, sadistic, insane, stupid. Yeah, all those words. Just fucks the game. So you're just fucking life in general by doing it wrong. Idiots. There, enough of the video now. I gotta have the ending. You motherfuckers. There, it's always gotta have a good you suck ending. Because you people do fucking suck. Yeah, just a little add on here. Hopefully I got some extra time. Might have to speed it up a little, but anyway. Yeah, there's probably lots of solutions to problems. You know, if people are actually put to the job of developing them. I mean, I haven't spent any real hard time, you know, substantial time, thinking about it. You know, how to engineer a social system. So yeah, I came up with a voucher idea. I came up with the idea of maybe penalizing people by diminishing their Social Security, so that way you don't hurt the kids directly. At least when they're kids. You hurt them later when they're adults, and then they can wag their finger at their own parents and say, why did you do this to me? Why do you make me take care of you, you old fucking piece of shit? But anyway, that's a whole other subject. It seems like we have these stupid organizations, we have all this stuff, and they don't come up with nothing. They can't even produce a YouTube channel. They can't even talk about it. They can't even push the idea of doing something. And it's like, I mean, why should it, why is it me and Fred's job? Why do we have to come up with the answers? But I think the answers are there. I mean, better answers than what the Chinese came up with, which was just kind of silly. In terms of it was just an order. Thou shalt not. And it was not built out of incentives. You want to get kids out of poverty? Well then, yeah, pay poor people not to put them in there instead of rewarding them to do it. So yeah, you have to pay a little in the short run, but in the long run, you save a fortune. I mean, these kind of rational policy, whatever. Gee, I can't even complete sentences. Anyway, but yeah, they're not that hard to develop. There's his solutions. All these naysayers are just that, naysayers. Whatever their agenda is, I don't know. I don't know why they want people to live in dirt and filth, but whatever. That's apparently their agenda. And but yeah, they can be overcome with real rock-solid policy. You know, it doesn't look like some sort of draconian authoritarianism. So anyway, yeah, it's real doable. Come on, put a brain at it for 1 year, so you could do it. We're not doing anything. Shit. quit swearing. Alright, until next time.